A God of War TV show is coming out soon, and as a fan of the series, I'm really pumped. But there's one glaring issue holding this show back from possibly being really good. The showrunner has never played God of War. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the importance of someone actually experiencing the source material of the movie or TV show they're going to make, and what could go really wrong if they never have. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. And hit that bell icon if you want to hear my complaining about things every day. Yes, Ron Moore, the showrunner of the new God of War series for Amazon, has barely played the game. He says it's just too hard and the controller is too confusing. And I say, why couldn't Amazon find literally anyone else to make this show? And I'm actually surprised Sony would actually give the rights of this to this person. You're planning on having a multi-season show? Yes, that's right, they've already approved the second season of this show. It's going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're giving all the rights to a guy who's never actually played God of War? Does he really even understand everything that Kratos has gone through? Never experienced the story, never seen the build-up, never experienced his anger, and really never experienced the fact that it's absolutely awesome when you kill a giant god. And trust me, this has been problematic in the past. Let's talk about The Witcher. The showrunners of The Witcher have barely read the books, barely played the games, and it really shows. Because they kept going off on their own little tangents. And while Henry Cavill was heavily invested in both the books and the games, they rarely wanted to listen to him. And that's why The Witcher got progressively worse as the 3 seasons went on. And yes, theoretically there's a season 4 coming out, but I'm not really excited to see what Miley Cyrus's ex-husband looks like dressed as Geralt. The general population is almost trying to ignore the fact that The Witcher season 4 is even coming out. So when the producers decided to not listen to the guy who literally looked like Geralt, read every single book, and played every single game, they made the choice to have the show fall in the hole. What about Game of Thrones? Whether or not you liked the final seasons of the show, the 2 producers and showrunners at least had to talk with George R.R. Martin and actually had to answer some quiz questions in order for him to give them his approval of making the show. He didn't want his show run by somebody who had never read his books. His big question to them is, who was Jon Snow's parents? And frankly, at the time, it hadn't really been revealed in the books. It came out in a later book, but they were absolutely right. Only people who had read the books and participated in theories online would even know. Unfortunately for them, when they tried to go off from the script because George R.R. Martin hadn't made any more books, that's when things went sideways. Once again, follow the books, follow the source material, and you'll be fine. The Super Mario Bros. Movie was held by its hand by Miyamoto himself. He didn't want his most famous plumber to go down the trash by having a movie come out. They had already waited almost 40 years. They could wait longer if he wasn't happy with the plot. Now, luckily for them, it actually came out pretty well. Yes, the Mario Brothers movie was kind of mindless fun, but if you've ever played a Mario Brothers game, that's pretty much what it is. They've been really hesitant about allowing a Zelda movie to come out, but they say that this one's going to be good, and I'm hoping that it will do the same as the Mario Brothers movie, made by somebody who has any knowledge of the source material, having hopefully at least played Breath of the Wild, but maybe some of the older ones too, because that's where most of the fans started out. A little Ocarina of Time, the original NES version, maybe Link to the Past. Prove to us that you understand the source material. Rockstar Games has said in the past that they've had multiple GTA offers for both movies and TV shows, and they've always said no, because they didn't want to hurt their IP. Yes, GTA 5, despite being 300 years old, is bringing in a truckload of money every single month, and they don't want to hurt it by having some sort of PG-13 movie roll out on Fox. So because nothing ever lived up to their standards, we've never had a GTA movie, and probably never will. Now, The Last of Us TV show is actually being run by the guy who made the game, so he definitely knows how to honor the source material because it came out of his mind. And while most people who write games don't necessarily want to make TV shows or movies out of their source material, it's probably good to have them on set. You see, by just having that one extra person on set and giving them the power to veto or give new ideas, really make sure that the show or the movie doesn't go off the rails. But if you're going to have a guy make God of War who's never even experienced God of War, then there's really no rails for him to stay on, because he's never even been on them in the first place. And maybe the God of War series will be great. Maybe someone else on set will be able to explain that's not how Kratos would respond. But he's the showrunner, he's the biggest person on set. So how open will he be to when someone tells him that's not how it should be? Maybe he'll respond positively, or maybe it'll be too difficult for him, just like the first boss of the game. I mean, the controller does have about 10 or 15 buttons on it. So in the end, if a person running a show or a movie doesn't experience the source material, is it automatically a bad thing? Will it ruin the show automatically? Maybe not. But it can't possibly be a good thing that they've never experienced the source material that made this show or movie even possible. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out those other videos on screen now.